building the construction of a new global policy to combat drugs, it is essential to truly understand one of the facets of this issue, like a currency, drug use. This is a multidisciplinary topic that will never cease to exist as long as we are dealing with human beings. Remember the first step we discussed here on the channel? If you don't remember or haven't seen the video, don't miss it. It's crucial. Follow us. Because it is so broad, it is not our responsibility, nor do we intend, to invade the specific domain of each discipline. For example, it is a serious error for a jurist to try to define issues that involve different types of drugs, quantities, or effects on the individual. However, like at Minister by chance, we will use knowledge from some disciplines, especially legal political and a little economic financial. Let's go. At the beginning of the last century, drugs such as hashish and opium were considered luxury items, consumed by high society, without specific laws to prohibit their use and commercialization. What has been seen since then is what we can call the accordion effect: criminalization, repression of trade, but decriminalization of use, criminalization of use again, equated to trafficking, addiction treatment, adoption of preventive and therapeutic measures with distinction between user and trafficker, elevation to the category of more serious, heinous, crimes, search for harm reduction, legalization and, in some countries, even discussions about recriminalization. Current Brazilian legislation and jurisprudence on drugs are a great example of these uncertainties. Worse, in the same historical context, without truly understanding drug use, the issue is treated as an invasion of the individual's sphere of life and private intimacy, or as a public health issue, or both at the same time, reflecting the attempt to create an implementation of a policy of treatment, education and reintegration of the user, but still maintaining an entire chapter on crimes and penalties. Now, think about a coin. That's exactly what you don't see, or don't want to see. Drug use and trafficking are not separate realities, but two sides of the same coin. So, the question remains, what does a coin represent to you? Participate, leave your comment and help us with this reflection. Another important observation is to be careful when using words such as use, chemical dependency, disease, crime and consumption. And we cannot ignore the dimensions of the victim when using these concepts. Returning to one side of our coin, the user, regardless of the degree of dependence, is not a criminal, never has been. Drug kingpins have always taken advantage of this mistake to avoid any responsibility and profit from the destruction of others. Another serious mistake is treating them as mere consumers. Many experts in favor of the decriminalization of drugs have already lost their way by considering them this way. The idea of a consumer can never align with that of a drug user, legal or not. Drug use is, above all, disabling. There is a lack of awareness, even if social, and, once a certain degree of dependence is confirmed, it will be necessary to ban the victim, but we will talk about this later when approaching a results policy. Follow us and you'll see it on the channel. The WHO has already recognized and classified drug addiction as a progressive, chronic, primary and fatal disease. It should be noted that, regardless of the degree of dependence, drug use is disabling. Therefore, the possibility of causing harm, concrete or abstract, collective or individual, even self-harming, is part of its nature. Imagine yourself on a dangerous journey, where each step takes you further from the light. Drug use often begins as a simple curiosity, a search for a momentary escape from the hardships of everyday life. However, this seemingly harmless path quickly turns into a downward spiral of addiction and despair. Governments, by not intervening adequately, act as active and passive subjects, at the same time, of this harmful situation. Misguided interventions only tend to increase risks and worsen damage. We are clearly dealing with a public health issue. Does anyone still doubt this? If you liked the content, don't miss anything else. Subscribe to the channel now to receive more videos like this. Share with your friends and family so they can also benefit from this information. Your participation is essential for us, so leave your comment below and share your opinions and suggestions. See you soon.